Imagine you're scrolling on your phone and suddenly, bam, something catches your attention, makes you stop scrolling, and you need to learn more about that thing right now. Welcome back to Listen to Leo. In today's video, I wanted to explore what it takes to actually catch someone's eye on a platform like Twitter. What does it take to be able to break the scrolling function of someone's brain to stand out enough to say, wait a minute, this is important? One of the hardest things to do is stand out. There are a few different techniques you can use to catch someone's eye like that, and I think some are better than others. The kind of first principle, I think, is the train wreck. Somebody says something and you're just like, I really can't believe somebody would say that or somebody would do that. It's something so horrifying you can't help but look at it. Now, I think this is a terrible way if you're building a product to get someone's attention. You can use it pretty effectively to grow an audience, but nobody wants to look at train wrecks all the time. It's really easy to catch someone's attention, but it's not attention that you can really keep too easily. So I don't recommend the train wreck. But there is another approach you can do. And this is something that it just has to be speaking enough to the person who's scrolling. And so the important thing here is to understand whose attention you want to get. At Build Space this week, one of the key things we've been working on is the idea of a launch. And what does a launch look like? And how often do you launch? And really the idea is that you should be launching constantly. And this is important for a couple different reasons. First of all, every individual launch isn't really going to matter in the scheme of things. Also, you're probably going to suck at it at first. Sure, maybe you'll get lucky and you'll send out a tweet and then you'll have millions of users and all will be good. And then you'll get the princess or prince or whatever, and you'll live happily ever after. But let's be honest, that's not how it ever works. And so as you're building a product, you're going to be launching constantly. There's kind of the initial launch, there's feature launches, there's all sorts of different things that you can be launching. And I really appreciated kind of the structure that they gave us in Build Space for sending out a launch announcement. And so really it comes into a few different parts. So part one is the headline. What is it? You've got to be able to quickly say what it is that you're launching and give people a reason that they might care about it. So this is the headline. The next piece is really talking about what it is and who it's for. So talk about, if you can, the problem that it solves. You want to speak to something as specific as possible and make it to where when you catch someone's eye with the headline, then they go into kind of the body of the tweet and see, oh, yeah, actually, I do have this problem. I'm interested in this. I want to hear more. And then finally, and this is the part that we all forget, and I say this as someone who forgets this all the time, the call to action. Great, you've caught their attention. They're interested in it. Now, what do they do? What do they do? It's tough because There are a number of different ways they could engage, but you've got to just give them something simple to get them in the door, get them interested, and get them to take the next step. If you're relying on them to figure out the next step on your own, you've already lost them. Now, you also can't really just drop a link in because Twitter sucks at letting you use links. So, one of the easiest ways to do it is just say, hey, send me a DM if you want access, or send me a DM to try it out. Leave a comment to try it out. Something like that. Give them something to do that captures that attention and lets you walk them to the next step. All right. So here's what I want to do. I want to walk through a couple of examples here, including mine, because I kind of threw it together at the last minute. And I want to see how well I did, kind of based on this. And then I'll take a look at a couple others to see how they compare. Okay, so here's my launch tweet. And honestly, it's okay. I don't think I did a great job on the headline. So I kind of just used to tag build space. Hey, build space crew, new feature on buildinpublic.coach is going live. So it is a headline in the sense of it kind of announces what's going on, but I don't think it does a great job of capturing what it is particularly. Now I think the body I did a little better. So, I'm sending out a weekly email that takes users to a very specific prompt, asking them what they're planning on working on this week. And so, I kind of talk about the fact that it's going to help keep planning the week ahead. And that's going to be the basis for future features. So I'm trying to kind of develop a little bit of intrigue there. Honestly, I think I could have done quite a bit better. And then the demo video is again kind of I'm mostly talking like with the screen in the background. I don't actually use it. I couldn't quite figure out how to like show the email to the it's not a particularly exciting thing, so I kind of just popped it up on the screen. So that part could definitely be better as well. But the one thing I did is I did say drop a comment if you want to give it a try. So at least I included the call to action at the end. So honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to rate this a 4. I didn't do a very good job on this, but let's see if I can find a couple of other examples that might be more helpful for you to see what's really effective. Okay, so let's take a look at Stacy's here. So introducing AI Girlfriend version 1. Okay, I'd say that's a pretty compelling headline. The emojis are nice. I probably could have used more of those to kind of, again, stand out from just kind of the wall of text that scrolling normally gives you. And what is it? It's an app where you go on an adventure with an AI girl. Okay. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Free login, no credit card, just go chat. The one thing that's missing is there's no obvious call to action. And maybe she does in the video, but I'm focusing more on the text in this. So, as you're kind of looking here, what next? Do I comment? Do I DM? I don't even have like a URL here. So on that part, it's maybe not as helpful, but overall, I think this is a fairly compelling launch announcement. Just could do a little better on kind of the CTA part. Okay, so Edgar's, I think, is a great example of one that did really well here. So introducing clonage, create unlimited videos of yourself using AI. I think that's a great headline. Simple, tells me what it is. Just upload a script and click generate. So that kind of tells you how to use it. I think maybe you could do a little better on the telling people why they'd want to use it. Although in this case, it might be compelling enough just of having the ability to do it that you're focusing more on kind of the novelty of the experience. Um, and then, quick CTA, reply clone to get early access. I think that is extremely well done. And honestly, like, I want to check this out. And so I'm going to go ahead and reply clone because I want access. Like, this seems awesome. So well done, Edgar. All right. So I hope that was helpful to kind of see how I broke down these various launch announcements, to see kind of how that structure plays in. And hopefully you now know that in order to launch, you want to grab their attention with a headline. You want to talk about who it's for and why they should care. What's the problem that you're solving? And you want to give them a way to continue the engagement. Give them a call to action. Help them figure out what the next step is. If you can't do that, any attention you've gained is then lost. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.